Imagine receiving $100,000 tomorrow. Would you invest it all at once right away? Or would you invest it gradually over time? Well, that's an interesting question, and that's what I want to break down in this video. Lump sum investing versus the famous dollar cost averaging. We'll start by explaining each investing strategy, and then we'll jump into some real research that might surprise you. So smash that like button, and let's get started. Welcome to Mardic Finance, where we explain investing concepts in a simple way. But first of all, a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Let's start with dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. In this popular investing strategy, instead of investing a large amount of money all at once, you spread your investment out into smaller and equal amounts over a period of time, say monthly or quarterly. But why do people do this? The main idea is to reduce risk. Markets go up and down all the time, and nobody knows exactly when the best time to buy is. In this way, you avoid putting all your money in at once when prices might be high. For example, imagine you have $12,000 to invest. Instead of investing it all on day one, you might invest $1,000 each month for 12 months. If the market drops in a certain month, your $1,000 will buy more shares. If the market rises, you'll buy fewer shares. This strategy helps smooth out volatility and can lower your average cost per share if markets tend to rise over time. Another reason people like DCA is that it can help manage emotions. Investing a large lump sum can feel risky or scary, especially when the market is volatile or overvalued. DCA makes it easier to stay calm and stick to your plan. However, while DCA can reduce the risk of investing at a market peak, it also means you might miss out on gains if the market is generally trending upwards. That's because your money is gradually put to work rather than all at once, potentially lowering your overall returns. Another downside to dollar cost averaging that people don't always talk about is something called cash drag. Basically, while you're slowly investing your money over months or years, the portion that's sitting in cash is losing value to inflation. So if inflation is 3% and you're holding on to thousands of dollars waiting to invest, that money is quietly shrinking in purchasing power. Lump sum avoids this by putting all your cash to work immediately. Now let's talk about lump sum investing. This is the strategy of investing all your money at once, instead of spreading it out over time. The main argument for lump sum investing is simple. Markets go up more often than they go down. According to Fisher Investments, about 74% of years saw the S&P 500 finish higher than it started. Historically, the longer you stay invested, the more likely you are to come out ahead. So by getting all your money working from day one, you're taking full advantage of long-term market growth. But of course, there's a catch. Let's be real. If you invest everything at a market peak and it crashes soon after, you could spend years or even decades just trying to recover your money. A classic example of that is the dot-com bubble. If you had invested a lump sum in the Nasdaq at its peak in early 2000, you would have had to wait nearly 15 years just to get back to where you started. That's a long time to be underwater. That's the main risk of lump sum investing: timing. If the timing is good, it's powerful. If it's bad, it can be painful, at least in the short to medium term. Now, let's look at what the research says. Vanguard, one of the biggest investment companies in the world, did a study comparing lump sum investing to dollar cost averaging. They looked at data from multiple countries over several decades. And here's what they found. Lump sum investing outperformed dollar cost averaging about 2/3 of the time. In other words, if you had invested all your money up front, you would have ended up with more money in about 66% of cases. This held true in the US, the UK, Canada, Europe, Australia, and even emerging markets. Why does this happen? It goes back to what we talked about earlier. The market tends to go up more often than it goes down. So by staying in the market from the beginning, you're more likely to catch those gains early. That said, remember, just because lump sum wins most of the time doesn't mean it always does. There's still that 1/3 of the time where dollar cost averaging came out ahead, usually when the market dropped shortly after the investment began. Now let's take a look at what would have happened if you invested right before the 2008 financial crisis, using both strategies and focusing on the S&P 500. The dark red line shows lump sum investing, where you put all your money into the market at once in 2008. The light red line shows dollar cost averaging, where you slowly invest the same amount over time. Right after the crash, you can see a big gap between the two, with the lump sum dropping by about 40% almost immediately. It actually took around 5 years for the lump sum strategy to catch up to, and then pass dollar cost averaging. And once it did, you can see that gap just keeps growing wider over time. This is where the magic of compound interest really comes into play. The larger your investment grows, the more your returns generate their own returns. This exponential growth effect is what Albert Einstein famously called the eighth wonder of the world. I actually made a really cool video about the compound interest which I really recommend watching. I will leave the link on the description. So, after all that, what's the best way to invest your money? Well, it really depends on your situation and how comfortable you are with market ups and downs. Right now, one of the most popular ways to invest in the US market, the S&P 500, is trading at a relatively high price-to-earnings ratio compared to its historical average. What that means is the market looks expensive by some measures, but nobody really knows what will happen next. The future is always uncertain. Because of this uncertainty, many people feel comfortable with dollar cost averaging, especially since most of us invest gradually, like putting money in each time we get paid. It's a natural way to avoid the risk of investing a big lump sum at the wrong time. On the other hand, lump sum investing carries some risk at the start, but that risk tends to decrease the longer you stay invested. The more time your money has to grow, the less chance market timing mistakes hurt you. If you happen to have a large sum of money, you can even consider combining both strategies, investing some immediately and spreading the rest out over time. At the end of the day, this choice is very personal. Everyone's situation and risk tolerance are different. And just to be clear, I'm not giving financial advice here, just sharing how these strategies work so you can make the best decision for yourself. And that's all for today's video. In which team are you? Are you a lump sum investor or a dollar cost averaging investor? Feel free to comment below your opinion on this. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider smashing that like and subscribe button to continue growing this community. And if you like this video, you'll probably like this one as well. Thanks for watching and I see you very soon. Bye.